Good morning, Uncle Lou here. It's me, Uncle Lou, live on LouTube for you people. It's just conspiracy theories made up by, nutballs and maniacs and things like that. Good morning, Uncle Lou here. Tinfoil hat time again. Contrary to popular belief, I do not like making these videos about this particular subject here, but it just seems like this kind of stuff just keeps happening, and I just don't get it. But here we go again. Some more out of control cops here. Killing people indiscriminately and for no reason too. Don't know if you've heard about this one, but yeah, apparently some guy went a little bit cuckoo, started throwing rocks at cars. Police were called. Apparently police decided this particular offense was punishable by death. But I don't know if you haven't heard about this story. Take a look at the video here.
Well, police in Washington have shot to death a man alongside of a roadway in view of witnesses, and it was all caught on camera. The video is graphic, but Pasco police say that Antonio Zambrano-Montes was throwing rocks at a busy intersection Tuesday when he was confronted by police. You can see in the video he begins to run away from officers as they tried to tase him, but apparently that taser had no effect. That's when Zambrano-Montes was shot by the officers. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Police say that they shot him because he continued to act in a, quote, threatening manner after the taser didn't work. According to a statement released by the Pasco police, the suspect threw multiple rocks, including one the size of a softball. Those rocks reportedly hit 2 officers during the altercation. It remains unclear if the man was carrying any other weapons other than those rocks. Witnesses say they did not see him carrying a gun. The 3 officers involved have been placed on administrative leave. This is the 4th officer-involved shooting in Pasco in the last 7 months.
Now, you gotta be kidding me here. You mean to tell me the police don't have enough training to handle a situation involving nothing more than a lunatic with a handful of rocks? They have no other alternative but to shoot this guy dead? Really? Really? As a police officer, if your only option to a suspect throwing rocks is for you to murder him on the street, then you have zero business being a police officer. None. Zero. Period. You murdered this guy in the middle of the road for the... This is something elementary kids and middle school kids do on a daily basis. Throwing rocks at each other. Are they going to go around shooting themselves now, claiming self-defense? This is absolutely ridiculous. The guy was running away fine. Chase him, tackle him, tase him, whatever. 3 or 4 of these cops to just unload on this guy for throwing rocks is absolutely ridiculous. It's insane. It goes right back to the same problem I've mentioned in the other videos I've done about the police lately, but it's just the culture and the mentality within the police departments in this country. It's a shoot first mentality. It's just ridiculous. Now, this guy, he's no angel, I'm sure. But regardless, to pass judgment on this guy, guilty, execution, in the street, in front of God and everybody else who happen to be around there, is just insane. I know I'm going to get all the usual people on here every time I make these videos that are going to, try to argue with me again that I hate police. So I'll say it for the 11th time. I do not hate police. I have problem with certain police actions and some, certain police policies and procedures. Doesn't mean I'm anti-cop. Cops are like everybody else. Most do their job right, some don't. Unfortunately, when a cop doesn't do his job right, more times than not, it winds up with somebody dead in the road. If you go to Walmart and an employee is having a bad day, worst case scenario, they're gonna, they're going to bag your eggs on top of your bread or something, and you get home, or your milk on top of your bread. Worst case scenario, you get home and you have a squished loaf of bread. You run into one of these police officers that's having a bad day, and he's going to go ahead and fill you up with holes for no reason. Now, who knows what's going to come of this situation? You know, this just happened within the last day or two, but this is just absolutely ridiculous. If you're a police officer and you don't have the balls to take on somebody with nothing more than a handful of rocks, then you, sir, are a coward, and you have no business being a police officer, hiding behind a badge and gun. That's all you're doing. If anybody else in America shot somebody dead for throwing rocks, they'd be put under the jail immediately or sooner. But because you're a police officer, now you can hide in a hole somewhere, circle the wagons, come up with a story about how he was resisting, or how before the video started rolling, he reached for your gun. All these same lines we hear over and over and over again every time the police murder somebody in the street for no reason. I'm just getting sick of it. What's making it even more aggravating for your favorite Uncle Lou today is that normally these videos get me all upset and, you know, discombobulated, which this one is too, and I'll stroll back and forth on my porch while I make these videos. I'm unable to do that because my legs aren't currently working, so that's making me even more angry. So, but that's it. I had to get on here. I almost didn't do it because I know the same people are going to come on here and just bash Uncle Lou and tell me I hate police because I've made these videos before, but like I said, I'm not apologizing for the way I feel. You know, rocks. That's it, rocks. These guys were cowards. There was any number of other things they could have done. Shoot this guy dead in the road. All of these guys should be tried and found guilty of murder. This is just ridiculous. And, you know, I'm trying to stay calm here. My doctor told me I'm not supposed to get upset when I'm making these Uncle Lou videos because it's not good for my blood pressure. So I'm trying to stay calm to the best of my ability here. Doing everything I can to have a good morning. But it's not working. It's just these, you know, these police officers. Again, 99.9999% of these, you know, guys are good people, but throwing rocks, and you murdered this guy in the road. Yeah. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know, this police department really should come out. They should come out against these police. They should come out and say, yeah, what these people did were wrong. We're arresting them. We're charging them. You know, no more of this hiding. No more of this thin blue line crap. This is an obvious case of murder. If these people were not police officers, they'd already be in jail. I'm done. Absolutely ridiculous.